When I was in college, one of my classmates was Walter Becker of Steely Dan, and later of Steely Dan, and he went down to Jamaica, Queens, and found out where Reverend Gary Davis lived. So we all piled down and went to Davis's house, and we'd, take him a cigar and sit in the basement with him and trade off stuff. And at that point, Roy Bookbinder was driving for him a lot of the time, so certain evenings we'd go out and do 2 different religious services, because he was on the staff of 3 different congregations around the New York area.
Reverend Gary Davis.
Yeah, and then we'd finish off at Dr. Generosity's on Upper 3rd Avenue in the 90s somewhere and do a late-night show there. Booker T. Washington White. I sat with him one time and played him some Skip James songs, and he said that would make Skip James' mother fall out of her chair. Now, I don't know whether he meant laughing or otherwise, but it was a compliment. This is a song Skip wrote when he was in the hospital. When he was brought up to Washington, they had found him in a hospital. He had been treated for syphilis for 20 years. He never had syphilis. And he had a cancerous lesion, and so his first stop was the Washington Hospital Center, and he wrote 2 songs, one, the Washington Hospital Center Blues, and this one, which is based on the structure of the One Dime Blues. Well, anyway, Etta James used to play this as an instrumental.
There's Vigo.
Faint, sick, hunting on my bed. Said old man's chills coming on my bed. Old man's chills coming on my bed. They used to have a few friends, but they wished that I was dead. Awful pain and deep in misery. Awful pain and deep in misery. Awful pain, deep in misery. Ain't got nobody to come see about me. Say every dog baby's got a day. Every dog baby's got a day. Every dog baby's got a day. And I said, please man, don't you treat me this way. Well, the doctor come and he's looking very sad. Say the doctor come and he's looking very sad. Doctor come and he's looking very sad. Diagnosed my case and said it's awful bad. He walked away, mumbling very low. He walked away, said mumbling very low. Walked away, mumbling very low. Said he may get some better, but he'll never get well no more. Cried, Lord, 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 Lordy, Lord. Lordy, Lord, 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 Lord. Said, Lord, Lordy, Lord, Lord, Lord. I've been so misused, treated just like a dog. Got a long trip and I'm just too weak to ride. I got a long trip and I'm just too weak to ride. I got a long trip and I'm just too weak to ride. I got 1,000 people standing at my bedside. I don't cry no more. I don't cry no more. I don't cry no more. 'Cause down this road every traveler's got to go. You can take a stone and you can bruise my bone. Take a stone and you can bruise my bone. You can take a stone and you can bruise my bone. You really gonna miss me when I'm dead and gone. I've been over the ocean, I've been across the sea. I've been on the ocean, been all across the sea. I've been over the ocean and I've been all across the sea. Didn't find nobody to feel my sympathy.
Vigo, live in the WLRN studio. Oops. Well, so you've hung out with Reverend Gary Davis, Skip James, Mississippi John Hurt. Do you which one was the most popular? Do you think they just got the popularity they deserved?
Well, I have a rather different view about that. I think that the attention that they got late in life was rather miraculous, both for them and for the people who got to see them, and got to know them. There's a famous story about Dick Watterson, who managed a lot of these men, took John to the Chicago Folk Festival one time, and they handed John a check for $5,000, and John tapped Dick on the shoulder and said, "Mr. Waterman, if I sign this check over to you, will you write me a check on your account?" Dick started laughing. He says, "This is the University of Chicago. They've got the money, John." John said, "Yes, but I got your phone number."